Well, Billy Joe Saunders joins us now. Bill, great to have you on the show. How's life treating you, mate?
Yeah, good, mate. Just enjoying a bit of downtime. Had a nice year out, getting a bit bored, itchy fist, started a little bit of training, shifting some timber. Seeing where the road will take me, you know. But the main thing is I'm in good health, family's good. So yeah, life's okay, mate. Life's okay.
Great stuff. Great to hear, mate. You mentioned a little bit of a year out there, a bit of a layoff. Obviously, you suffered the eye injury in the fight with Canelo. Just talk to us about the rehab for that one, mate, because it was quite a nasty injury, wasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, look, I went for my checkup to my doctor. He was happy the second time I went, but the third time I went, it was just perfect, you know, everything all clear. You know, that gives, listen, the first thing is obviously your health. So it's, you know, it's pointless boxing and whatever you're boxing for, millions or £100, you've got to make sure that your health's intact. You know, if I decide, which, you know, it's looking like I will come back, then I can. It's just about enjoying a bit of training now rather than the big slog of, you know, defending against this one, defending against that one, this promoter, that promoter. It's nice now just to, you know, have a clear head and can see where I want to go rather than where people want me to go.
When he landed that shot, Bill, at the time in that fight, did you know within yourself straight away that there was a problem? Did it feel different to perhaps how you previous felt in fights?
Well, no, I was bending low a lot earlier on in the fight, and the difference is that with world-class fighters and elite fighters, you know, they capitalise on that. And looking back at it, I know where I went wrong in that fight, you know, dipping to my right, because, you know, he didn't give himself enough room to let the lead hand uppercut go for the first few rounds. But then obviously he got the gist that, you know, I was dipping to my right, then coming up, countering up the top. But, you know, listen, he's a world-class athlete and he picked up on it.
And you mentioned there you think this is maybe the time for Canelo to stop Golovkin, be the first to stop Gennady Golovkin. Do you believe he does win this fight by knockout?
I believe so, only because of the age factor. There's one thing, you know, we all, you know, in this sport, you can never beat, and that's age. And what is he, 40 years of age now, is that right?
Yeah, correct, 40. We're just over a month out now, Bill, from another former foe of yours, Chris Eubank Jr.'s fight with Benn. An interesting fight. How do you see that fight playing out?
You know, it's very, I look at it, you know, a lot of people's favouring Eubank because of the size. You know, the clever thing that the Benns have done here is obviously put the weight restriction on him. Now, it all depends how he's going to handle that at, you know, 33, 32, 33. You know, to get down to 157 and a half and only allowed to put on, you know, so many pounds on before, you know, a certain time. You know, a lot of fighters might not rehydrate up to where they need to be at that. And when he says he's at 60%, he's probably saying that to cover his own back, if I'm honest, because, you know, perhaps that's even worrying him a little bit. So I'm going to put it out there as a completely 50-50 fight. One, if you were to give Benn another year's experience and then giving them advantage of the weight scenario, I would most definitely, without hesitation, say Benn. You know, with the experience Eubank's got, you know, he's been in some, you know, big fights. That Benn, you just can never write him off. And I've just got a feeling that he's going to pull something out the bag. I've talked to him and, you know, been talking to him for a while. He looks so composed. He wants it so bad. And there's something on the line here that, you know, no one will ever understand, only them. And I believe that wants it more.
How important is it, Bill? You've obviously been involved in huge stadium fights yourself. You mentioned that word composure there. How important is it that he handles the pressure that's on his shoulder and the atmosphere that's going to be in the arena at the O2 on October the 8th?
I personally, you know, he's got the best man he can ever have around him to explain them sort of things, and that's his dad. You know, explain them better than me. But, you know, I look on his WhatsApps and he's up in the gym and he's running all these long runs at up past 5s and up at 4, and, you know, he's doing this for his family's name. Where I think Eubank is just doing it because, you know, it's good money and, you know, it's attention and he's enjoying the attention. But, you know, don't forget there's business there, and, you know, someone's coming and he's going to come hard. You know, if I was given £100 and had to put it on, most definitely it would be on Benn.
Bill, you've always said Chris Eubank Jr. will never win a world title. Do you still stand by that statement?
I stand by that statement as long as my name's Billy Joe Saunders. He will never become world champion as long as he's got a hole in his arse, because there's one thing he can't do, and that's box.
We can't wait for that fight on October 8th. Just my final one to you, mate. Do you believe we could see you back this year, or do you think boxing fans around the world need to look forward to Billy Joe Saunders getting back in the ring in 2023?
Yeah, I think this year is definitely marketable for myself. You know, I'm in the gym now, just enjoying myself, going twice a day, just enjoying it with the lads, and I seem to be enjoying it, and the weight's coming off and I'm getting fitter by the day and just feeling to myself by the day. But look, I'm not going to rush anything. When I'm ready, I'm ready. It could be the end of the year. You know, it could be early next year, but we'll soon find out. all depends what opponents are available.
Great stuff. Well, we can't wait, Bill. Great to catch up with you. I'm sure the fans will love hearing from you, and we look forward to seeing you back in the ring very soon, mate. So thanks very much for coming on.
Cheers, Bill. Take care, mate.
Cheers, lads. Bye.